Do you notice when people post completely made-up stories on Reddit? What's the most ridiculous one you've seen? One user had mentioned racing a cop at 130 miles an hour and not getting arrested. The same user also had a story about being high and having a cop commandeer his vehicle to search for criminals for over an hour. I find shit like that pretty hard to believe. I'm probably not remembering this accurately, but a long time ago I went down the rabbit hole of can cops commandeer civilian vehicles like in the movies? And I believe what I found was that there was never one documented case of it actually happening. Generally those stories where the op is bragging about being the hero / getting laid / making a bunch of money while working from home make me roll my eyes 180 degrees. It's hard to believe any elaborate stories here about getting laid. It's hard to believe any stories about people getting laid here. One time, there was this chick, Ida, for accidentally pushing classmate by trying to tackle school shooter. So I was in English class when I noticed the quiet kid starting to sweat a lot, whispering to himself and get all fidgety. Now I'm no psychiatrist, but I swear I got a vision of him getting a gun and opening fire right there in the classroom, kind of like that one movie where they all die in the end. So I start paying close attention to him. 15 minutes go by, and what do you know, he reaches for his bag and pulls out a gun. Before he even gets the chance of firing the first bullet, I rush to tackle him. I honestly wasn't thinking straight. Looking back, I guess I just didn't want anyone to be killed or something. I couldn't stand losing any one of my classmates. The problem was, I accidentally slightly pushed back an innocent classmate who was in between the shooter and me by trying to tackle the shooter. I instantly felt bad but kept the plan of bringing the shooter to the ground before he could kill anyone. Even though I succeeded in disarming him, I still felt bad. When everyone was thanking me and chanting my name while the cops arrested the shooter, all I could think of was how I accidentally pushed him. I told my volunteering group and the burned victims at the hospital I visit every single day, and they all agree I did nothing wrong. I even spoke with the HIV kids after dressing like Spider-Man and giving them toys, and they agreed I did nothing wrong. I spoke to him 3 days later after clearing my mind a little bit, and he said, "Are you kidding me? You saved my life. I can't believe you feel bad about it. We all owe you, especially me after you revived my dad with CPR last year." I barely felt the hit. I'm just confused. Ida? I was recently on r/amethasshole, and I noticed that some people won't put much detail, and that makes it less believable. Also, when people say stuff like "and then the owners gave me a freebie lore and then everyone clapped," it's kind of obvious. Pretty much no one ever claps in a non-performance setting. Stories with less detail can seem more believable sometimes. The ones with too many details are the ones I have a hard time believing. Like they're spending too much time trying to make it interesting. Sometimes it's so obvious people are lying about stories. One time I happened upon someone who wrote a story about how his mom got her head chopped off by a bear. He said this happened in Florida. He then said that her head was put back on and now she can turn her head all the way around. I'm not sure that's how that works, but that sounds like a great story. And also, there's just been footage of a gator climbing a fence in FL, so who fucking knows what else goes on there. Half the stuff Reddit says about my mom's sexual prowess is bullshit in my experience, so the other half isn't? Parents who pretend their kid is more intelligent than their actual age. Calm down, Karen. Your kid is only 2 and I highly doubt he was reciting chapters from Tolstoy's War and Peace. So little shit. Ryan asked me, "Mother, how come that even though we are taught to believe we live in an equalitarian society, there still appears to be this division between the wealthier classes and the working classes? Does our capitalist society contradict itself?" It was so cute. And then to think she's only 2,5. He. My kid said the same thing, except she was 1.5. I liked the guy who said he could trace his family tree back to Bloody Mary. For the non-history fans, she famously didn't have any children. Entirely impossible there was a secret love child. If you're going to say you're descended from nobility of some kind, just go with John of Gaunt, or if you just want to be related to someone famous, go with Genghis Khan. Just go to r/Tifu and try find non-fabricated stories. r/amithasshole has a lot of shit posts. I just stumbled across some dumb witch who could mind read people apparently. The ones where people post shit like "my friend is dying in my arms are and only 50k upvotes can save him." Not worded exactly that way, but you get my drift. Do people actually do this? You'd be surprised about the depraved shit people do for karma. Source: Recovering Karma Addict. There seem to be a lot on entitled parents. I recently read a series of stories that claimed they got a parent arrested. Then the son of said parent found a foster home. The parent went to trial, and the visited said parent in jail. The posts were put about a week apart. There is no way all of that happened in such a small time frame. This would take months, not a week. I really hate r/entitled parents. Every single story I see on the front page is just so unbelievable. The way the antagonists talk is so unbelievable, it's like they're just trying to check all the boxes to make them unlikable. I'm sure some stories are true, but so many have me thinking that's not how real people talk. Way too many of the sagas on r/justnomilk, sadly. The best part of r/justnomilk is a lot of times the poster, in my opinion, comes out as annoying and controlling as the mill they are trying to demonize. I've seen it pop up a couple times. It's always on an AskReddit thread about the weirdest thing you've seen as a guest at someone's house, and at least twice I read an answer that someone was invited over for dinner, everyone finished eating, the dogs were given the plates to lick clean, and then the plates were placed back in the cabinets with some explanation about how that's clean enough. It always sounds like a story a middle schooler would make up and then other middle schoolers would repeat because they think it's funny or somehow cool. A lot of posts on r/insane people Facebook are made up, usually to promote a certain political view. There was one posted very recently, where someone commented on another user's Facebook post about how they should thank their white privilege for letting them get into the university of their dreams. It's obviously fake, and the original poster's history was full of racism. Pro tip: if you would see it in a SJW destroyed compilation, it's almost certainly not real. What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Al-Qaeda, and I have over 300 confirmed kills. I am trained in guerrilla warfare and I'm the top sniper in the entire US Armed Forces. You are nothing to me but just another target. I will wipe you the fuck out with precision the likes of which has never been seen before on this earth, mark my fucking words. You think you can get away with saying that shit to me over the internet? Think again, fucker. As we speak I am contacting my secret network of spies across the USA and your IP is being traced right now, so you better prepare for the storm, maggot. The storm that wipes out the pathetic little thing you call your life. You're fucking dead, kid. I can be anywhere, anytime, and I can kill you in over 700 ways, and that's just with my bare hands. Not only am I extensively trained in unarmed combat, but I have access to the entire arsenal of the United States Marine Corps, and I will use it to its full extent to wipe your miserable ass off the face of the continent, you little shit. If only you could have known what unholy retribution your little clever comment was about to bring down upon you, maybe you would have held your fucking tongue. But you couldn't, you didn't, and now you're paying the price, you goddamn idiot. I will shit fury all over you and you will drown in it. You're fucking dead, kiddo. Pretty much any Reddit story that looks like it was taken out of a novel. No one's gonna remember exactly what X person said to the letter. Generally treat everything on the internet as made up if there is nothing verifying it. If it entertains you, give it an upvote anyway because that's why you're here, but don't invest anything into anything said here without further research. Several pro-revenge stories are too good to check, but I enjoy them anyway. I'm not sure, but once I posted about something I actually witnessed, that I didn't even think was that unbelievable, and everyone here accused me of lying. So apparently people can't tell what's true and what's false sometimes. This guy is full of shit. Most ridiculous one I've seen has to be that stupid "my teenage son is an incel" story on /r/self. Saw someone on r/teenagers saying they saw their daughter fall off a cliff and die. Was a fake story stolen from online for karma. They deleted their account when people realized the BS. Basically the entirety of r/that happened. I once saw a long, detailed, heavily upvoted comment about the sympathetic nervous system's purpose was sympathy and relating to other people, which, if you know anything about the sympathetic nervous system, is not how that works. This seems like the ideal place to completely make up a story on Reddit. r/that happened is good for stuff and r/quit your bullshit. When op makes some stupid speech in the heat of the moment at McDonald's and everyone stands up and claps. Someone on Reddit said he had friends, ha ha ha. What was that Reddit story where that guy hired a private investigator on his wife? And he ended up making a website to keep people informed? I reckon that was all BS. I remember a story from a guy who said that he called over 40 taxis in Singapore and caused a huge traffic jam. He got busted pretty quick. Don't care if they are true unless they are good. This is internet, not a history book. I want to enjoy stuff I read. If I do, I upvote. Problem is, a lot of stories are only interesting if they are true. Otherwise they are just poorly written fantasy. Easy. Someone posted something like this, don't remember exactly. I was at a Starbucks, and a gang showed up. There was 8 of them, and they all had knives, So I went to the leader and said, "Kill yourself, big boy HW," then furiously swung at me. But I dodged it and kicked him so hard he flew through the wall. Then the other gang members ran in fear. Then I hacked them and made their phones blow up. Then the barista gave me a free drink, and everyone clapped. Then it straight up ended and the poster didn't reply to any comments at all.